simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant-Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home-field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. The last time these two clashed in the Iron Bowl, it was the Tide winning a classic.
And the Tide have done a great job in recent history of owning Auburn, doing a great job of winning this series. But they respect them every single. They know they won last year, but every year there's a healthy level of respect for this Auburn Tiger team.
Yeah, and I think back to last year's game for Alabama, it was their best players making the big plays late in the game. And this game this year is littered with game changers on both sidelines. Both Auburn and Alabama have the guys that can break this game wide open. So we're going to see a great one here.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect. And, you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. They'll send the back in motion. Oh, he's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Russell. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Throwing Russell. He slings it deep to the left. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
That is a big-time completion for the offense. You have to give all the credit to the offensive line because he had all day to sit back there in the pocket, find an open man downfield. That was just way too easy for the offense. The defense, no pass rush whatsoever, and the result is a big explosive play for the O.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like, some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for space. It's Hill. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Gets the back moving. Russell from the gun on third down. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He splits the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tigers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start on the ground with Washington. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Tigers moving quickly to the line.
And when you think about Alex Golis' offense and his tenure now at the University of Auburn, like, they've got to find those guys that can run the football. They like to go fast. And so bringing in Washington at the running back spot, obviously Brown's going to tote this a lot. But Washington, you saw him get totes for Baylor, Palmer, and he was really, really good. Consistent, can make plays, great balance, great speed, great power. Like, this 1-2 punch with him and Brown could be elite.
I think there are a lot of running backs hoping to land here at Auburn from the portal just because of what you said. Byron Brown at quarterback. So many defenses this year are going to be keying on his legs. There should be a lot of openings for whoever's in the backfield for Auburn this season, and so it'll be interesting. But no doubt, that running back spot very key to their balance on offense.
Here's a heat. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Just keep slinging it. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Boots his first of the day away. Was called on 4 times in the victory last week.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. On the run, it's Hill. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, the running back has it. Maybe some room here. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
And that's a nice run by the running back. And I tell you what, man, these rivalry games, a lot of times they're decided by who can run the football, who can exert their will, be more physical, because there's so much emotion that goes into it. And going back to last year, like this game was so close, so tight. So what's going to be the difference? A lot of times, man, it's the physicality and the run game.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. On the ground with the counter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration.
Makes the catch, and he's free. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Gonna run it. It's Hill. Maybe a crease. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with a first down. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield, and created the negative play.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Russell makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Tight end getting vertical. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Catch. It'll be enough to move the change, but there is a man still down on the field. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Keelan Russell fires to the end zone, and he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Good, right down the boulevard. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. They are searching for any type of answer they can find, down 6-0. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Brown will throw it. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows them. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Man, I didn't.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. In the red area, it's Hill. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing Russell. Here comes the heat. There he goes. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Sends it back in motion. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Auburn calls it 2nd of 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Russell. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. Direct snap. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Keelan Russell dumps it to the back. He's got his man. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Face mask penalty cost the D 15 yards and a first down. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The offense knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Looking for a gap. It's Hill. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Now, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We kick things off with Boston College, taking on the number 7 team, the Miami Hurricanes. Boston College in an absolute fist fight with a team that has been every bit their equal today. Both offenses putting up points. Feels like anything can happen in this second half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC. Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Alabama and Auburn plays out.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
Hey, guys, checking in with the Tigers head coach. Obviously, his quarterback is struggling, and those first-half turnovers are big. It has put them behind. They do have a really solid backup. It'll be interesting to see here to start the second half. Do they make a change, or is he confident that his first-half quarterback can clean up the interceptions? Guys?
Thanks, Holly. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Brown wants to pass, and they'll miss the connection here on third down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Tide ready to roll on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Nobody falling for the tomfoolery, the chicanery, and it'll be 4th down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Pulls and fires complete. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll try to snap it quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
He tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket. He comes away with the sack.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Brown will throw it. Tight end finds a soft spot. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. On the shuffle. He's going to be a little short. It'll be fourth down from the 44.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness. They're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Auburn lines up quickly.
And in these situations, you're never looked at poorly, right? You can go for these situations because it's a really long field goal, so it's not a guaranteed make.
Oh, he's got some space. Into the house. Touchdown, Auburn.
Man, how nice is it to be down and you need to score points when you can just hand it to your running back and he can make big plays like that? Jesse, they're going to need more of those to get back in the football game. They've dug themselves a little bit hole, but that was a good start.
Yeah, I think the defense probably kicking themselves too. I don't know if in this 2-minute type situation if they're expecting them to run the football, but somehow, some way, you've got to be able to gang tackle this guy and not let him take it to the house from that distance and score points. Moving forward now, the run defense has got to shore up for this defense.
And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he finished things off with that 36-yarder for a score. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Motion from the back. Wants to pass it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Give to the back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. He's got him. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. My goodness, he unloads on that one. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll start on the ground with Washington. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Brown wants to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Singleton. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Nimrod. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
He lets one fly deep. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. Defense in press coverage. Brown will throw it. He's got it on the move. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. He wants to throw it again. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Right on the money. He makes the grab in the end zone.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. They'll send the back in motion. Snap to the back. It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on first down, but it doesn't work. It'll be second down.
Nice job recognizing the route defensively there. As soon as that ball was thrown, that defender knew exactly who he was going to, and he was able to make the tackle at the perfect time. No gain on that one.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Throwing Russell. On the run, fires downfield. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Auburn calls it 2nd of 3 timeouts. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones. D linemen staying in their gaps. Linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Russell. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. The Tigers sending out their offense, ready to get this drive started. Here comes the biggest drive of the game for this offense, down 1 score. Hold and fire complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Throws to the tight end, and he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
Pressure coming. He's got the tight end. Out across the 25 to the 26, but needed a little bit more. It'll be 4th down.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
What a play call. 4th and short. Everybody in the building expecting that to be a run. Instead, they throw it. They had the matchup they wanted, one-on-one. QB takes a shot. It's an absolute strike, and they take it all the way in for a touchdown. What a play.
And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the 4th. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. He wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Russell. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
Well, that is a Herculean effort. He caught the ball in the middle of the field and somehow was able to use his speed and his vision and awareness and still get out of bounds to stop the clock.
On the run, it's Hill. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Gets the back moving. Snap to the back. Rushes on him. It's incomplete. Trying a little razzle-dazzle there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him, got him on the ground too quick.
Russell from the gun on third down. He'll pull it down and run. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, I'll tell you, he picked a good time to have his longest run of the day. Really nice job there, feeling the pressure, buying himself some time, and then taking off and getting north. And just so gifted when he's in the open field. That's going to really give a jolt to his offense.
And if they're going to run the football late in the game in this situation, not that close to scoring zone, they've got to take a timeout here. You've got to make sure you save as much time as possible and communicate with your quarterback.
Sends it back in motion. Keelan Russell. Right on the money. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Pushes ahead for one. It's 2nd and 9. Now the Tigers will spend their third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Gets it out quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert third and short from the 30? And he gets it right on the cusp, maybe a few pebbles short of a first down in that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be 4th down.
And they tried to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout here. You got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have one left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here and get in his ear a little bit.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Alabama.
So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. And this to take the lead, and it's getting late. And it's good. He drove it through the uprights. Edition of this in-state passion play is bathed in crimson as Alabama rolls to victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.